Hey there, Richard Matharoo here. It's Thursday. That means it's Free Coaching Thursday, where I answer your burning questions about how to build your business more effectively and profitably. So today I'm going to answer one question because it's very timely, and that is, how do you stick to New Year's resolutions? I'll be back with the answer in a second. Okay, so Katie asked me in my email the other day, how do I stick to my New Year's resolutions, Richard, in my business? So I want to guide you through that process now. There's a three-step process that I encourage you to take part in. Number one, when you are setting that resolution, understand that it should stretch you, but not break you. Like if you are, let's say, for example, a network marketer and you've never sponsored a team member in your entire life, don't make your New Year's resolution, I'm going to sponsor 50 people a month. Because looking at the results you've currently got and the effort you've put in, is that really ever going to happen? Because what happens is typically, on Monday we're like, yes, I'm going to get in great shape, I'm going to build an amazing business, I'm going to be a superstar, and then 2 or 3 people tell us no, somebody gives us a piece of cake and we go, oh, I'm just going to stay fat forever. I'm going to be obese. I'm going to be like Ben Stiller at the end of like Dodgeball, right? I'm just going to do that and forget and be happy and forget all about it. And then we go for a jog, and Friday we're like, yes, I'm back in the mode again. So we're up and down, we're up and down. And a lot of that is because we set these goals too tightly with ourselves, too ambitious. Like if you stretch anything too thinly, it breaks, right? So think about a goal, a resolution that, yes, it stretches you. But you know what? It excites you because you're like, yeah, I can do that. I can do that if I work at it. That's the kind of goal and resolution at the very beginning of all this you want to set. Because you know what the number one killer of you reaching your resolutions is, even beginning to pursue them, it's your perceived lack of progress. You're a smart human being. If you don't think you're going anywhere, you're like, what's the even point of this? And you're going to fall by the wayside. So that's rule number one. Number two, you want to have a strategy that you feel confident is going to be in alignment with that outcome. Like when you look at the strategy you're creating to achieve this resolution, what does it look like? Do you look at it and go, well, maybe it will get me there? If that's the case, then you fail before you've even begun. You're going to sabotage your success. You're going to sabotage your actual implementation of this strategy if you don't really feel it's going to work, if it's bound to fail, if it's a waste of your time, right? You see the sense in that. So take a look at a strategy, write it down on a piece of paper or online, however you like to take notes, and look at it next to this goal that you've just set and say, do these two things marry up? If I do this strategy, do I feel like, absolutely, I'm excited. I'm excited because I feel I can really reach that resolution, really get that goal. It needs to be that way. Otherwise, you need to change the goal, change the strategy, or both to meet in the middle. You should feel absolutely confident with the game plan that you have laid out. And you definitely need one. If you're just like, I'll just wing it, that ain't going to work. So step number two, a game plan, and one that you feel confident and excited about. Number three, you want to create an environment that allows you and is conducive to you actually implementing this strategy. Like so many of you are around people that would just drive me crazy. Like I'm not a violent guy, but I'd feel like lock him in a freezer sometimes. You know what I mean? You'll never build a business. People like you don't do this. You're too this, you're too that. They like try and control you in a little box, what they're comfortable with. They don't want you to break out of it because what then for them if you leave them behind, and all sorts of other psychological reasons we won't get into. But I'm talking about these people that you need to have a conversation with or distance yourself from. Because how are you supposed to lose that weight if someone's shoving a pizza slice in your face every single day? How are you going to build the type of business that you aspire to if there's a whole group of people who you feel for and trust, and they're saying, hey, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it, lower your expectations? How is that going to be conducive towards you actually stretching out and achieving that goal? It's not, is the answer, right? It just doesn't make sense. Also, look at the other environmental influences you've got. I've coached a lot of network marketers to high incomes in my career. And it's amazing when I speak to some of them, like, okay, so what do you do in the morning? What's your routine? They don't have one. They're like, they watch the news, the worst parts of the world force-fed into their brain, right? I'm like, okay, what do you do at lunchtime? Do you make some calls? Do you design some content? No, I listen to the news again. Okay, what time do you go to bed? Well, whenever I get tired. Well, there's no wonder you're always exhausted and procrastinating and lack focus. Like, you have no structure in the day, you have no morning routine, you have no strategy. The influencers, the people you're following on social media, you're in your timeline comparing yourself to them, feeling negative. You've got the news coming in at you 3 or 4 times a day. The people around you are trying to kick you down, and you wonder why you can't reach these resolutions and stick to something. Like, when I say it this way, you kind of go, oh yeah, that makes sense. So do something about this. Start to craft an environment where you feel productive, where you feel aspirational, where the people around you are at least meeting you in the middle as opposed to being take. The time for all that has passed if you are serious about this resolution and really achieving it. It works in business, it works in any area you've set this resolution, believe me. Have the goal, be excited about it, it's ambitious but it's realistic. Have a strategy that when you put it beside the goal, you're like, absolutely, that is going to work. And then have an environment that allows you and lends itself to pushing you in the right direction as opposed to pulling you back. You do those 3 things and you can stick at them for 21 days, you are 90% more likely to achieve this resolution. We've seen time and time again that 21 days in a row, if you can stick at that to something, you're going to find it's a whole lot easier and you're going to be in so much better shape 21 days from now if you can do these 3 things and stick to them. Like, I hope this has given you some benefit. If you've got something to add to this or a comment, or you want to say thanks, whatever, I appreciate that. Stick me a comment. If you like the video, like it. And if you love my content, a couple of places I could recommend: richardmatharoo.com, whole bunch of resources there. And then also richardmatharoo.com/podcast. As you would expect, that's my podcast. I'll catch up with you really soon. Go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. Bye for now.